where brevity is paramount.
Hello and welcome to episode 36 of Chet and John's reassuringly finite gaming playlist. My name's John Denton. With me as always, Chet Roivas.
All right.
So you know the deal by now. 2 top 10 lists going down from 10 to 1. 10 being the game we played the least this week, 1 being the game we played the most. Enough talk. Let's get going. Chet, number 10.
Okay, my number 10 is Jawsome on the Xbox 360. It is an indie game. It's an indie game, yeah. Number 2, Jawsome, Jaws, made into awesome, but there's no E, whatever. It's a game that I can't be asked to talk about.
Is it Jawsome?
It's far from Jawsome, I'll tell you that. I only played the trial, needless to say, but it's I saw the premise and I was like, oh, I've never played a game where I'm in a boat hunting sharks, so why not? Hunting sharks means driving around the sea, which all looks identical. It looks absolutely terrible, and you just see guys waving, going help, help, and you just drive over them and they're saved. It's absolute horse shit. I don't know why I even bothered to bring it up.
Why is it a 2 with a number 2?
I don't know. I mean, I'm presuming maybe he made a Jawsome 1 at some point, but yeah. Stay away from. I mean, it's one of those ones that feels like it was a first draft and he just put it on there anyway.
So worse than paintball.
Nothing's worse than paintball, but
nothing's better than paintball.
That's very true as well. But it's of the similar. It's the kind of game where you're not really asking people to pay for this. I know what it's like because I used to make short films and you'd put them up half baked just because you were proud you'd done something. But he could have done with tweaking it.
Your films were Jawsome, though.
Yeah, that's true.
My number 10 is Fire Pro Wrestling on the Xbox 360. I didn't realise this even exists. I scouted through the arcade list today, and obviously you never know what's come out in arcade unless you actually go into that list these days. And yeah, this appeared. I didn't even know it would come out. I knew that they were making it, and it's nothing like any of the other Fire Pro Wrestling games in any way, shape, or form. It's you use your avatar. And it's kind of like a clunky piece of shit, really. Whereas they were like really technical, sprite-based wrestling games where you had shitloads of wrestlers that were all based on real wrestlers. They kind of look the same, had different names, and they're really, really popular. This is just like crap avatar bollocks. So I was a bit disappointed.
How much are they asking for it?
I think it's 800. So it's not the end of the world, but it's not worth 800. I played. I mean, it was all right. Like, it works, but. It's not Fire Pro Wrestling. I don't know why they called it that. They should have just called it Avatar Wrestling or something, because Fire Pro Wrestling's like, there's about 12 of those games, so fuck knows why they called it that.
Is there online multiplayer and stuff like that?
No, to be honest, I just did the trial. If it had been proper Fire Pro Wrestling, I would have probably bought the full version, but it certainly wasn't.
Okay, fair enough. I'll swerve it.
Yeah, do.
Okay, my number 9 is text-based multiplayer shooter.
Oh, I've heard of this.
Yeah, people were talking about it yesterday. Have you didn't have a look then, no?
No, I didn't have a chance.
It's free. Fuck, I'll put the link on the website. It's a nice novelty, but that's all it is. After 5 minutes, you're like, I'm not really, I can't really stick with this. It's displayed on a mock-up of an old word processor screen, so it looks really ancient, and it's exactly what it says it is. It's trying to be COD, but you say look right, look left, fire, and you can bring up a map and see where you are, but you can't see the enemies. It's a really nice. I'm glad the guy went to all the trouble for 5 minutes of enjoyment, but it's not exactly something that I'm going to go back to ever.
It sounds like something that should be in an exhibition or a museum or something, rather than something you'd actually play.
It is what it is. It's something that people talked about on Twitter, play for 5 minutes. Oh, it's a neat idea, it's well done, but why would you play it?
Yeah. That sounds interesting, though. I'll check it out. Just to see it.
If I forget to put that link up, it's on the Eurogamer posted it.
I'm sure if you Google it, you can find it.
Just called text-based multiplayer shooter. That's it.
Yeah, I'll check that. Sounds. I want to see what it is.
Yeah.
My number 9 is a game called Fluffy Nutties.
iPhone game.
Yeah, it's an iPhone game, but it's by Red Links.
Oh.
So I thought I'd check it out, and I thought it was pretty damn shit, to be honest.
Is it not just Trolls HD with rabbits?
No, it's little stuffed rabbits, but they're on roller coasters, and you have to swipe the roller coaster to make it go down, and then you collect hearts, and then you only unlock the next level when you get shit. Because sorry, I'm not explaining myself very well. You unlock the next level, get 50 coins, and the hearts convert into coins, but 80 hearts convert into 3 coins. So you just keep having to do the same level over and over again. And I honestly, I played for about 5 minutes, and I was like, I don't really get it. Maybe it's good, but it seemed really, really shit. So
that's really the idea is that you have to buy coins, right?
Well, yeah, I guess so. But it was so immediate, the lack of coins, that I just thought, I'm not grinding this very basic physics-based roller coaster game with stuffed toys. I'm just not doing it. So I didn't.
Well, you say you should have bought some coins, boy.
I already paid 69 penneth.
Oh, and you paid. Yeah, I can't get behind that. That's shady.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe it's not quite as cynical as it seems. And I like to give them the benefit of the doubt because they are my boys. I mean, Trials is one of the best value games ever, but yeah, it wasn't worth the time for me.
All right. Okay. Right. My number 8 is Don't Look Back on the iPhone. Have you heard of this?
No.
I think it was a Flash game originally. It's designed by that guy Terry Kavanagh who did the VVVV game.
Actually, I did think I had heard of it when you said it. It rang the faintest of bells.
Yeah, it's fantastically good. I mean, it's originally a Flash game. It's just a platformer. You're this guy, little tiny. It's like Atari 2600 graphics. It's really primitive. But you're this little guy standing at a gravestone, and then you walk off and you go on this adventure of platforming and electricity and stuff and whatever. It's really, really well done. The controls work great. I read up a bit about it after I played it, and I hear it's meant to be 10-15 minutes long. And people talk about the narrative and what happens at the end. Unfortunately, I didn't get to the end because there's a boss in it who looks like a fucking poodle, and the AI of it was just brutal. I mean, I don't think I retried that bit 100 times, but it wasn't far off 100 attempts. So I just had to turn it off and just say, I've done. It was everything every technique I used, it counted it. I was like, is this the end? Am I supposed to just sort of put the game down and just leave it there? But I did that anyway. Although up until that point it was great, and maybe I'm just being an idiot and I missed something.
Is it a freebie?
Totally free, yeah. So just download it anyway.
Nice.
Don't Look Back.
Yeah, I will do, because I love Super Hexagon. I've never played VVVVV. I should do, really.
He designed Super Hexagon as well?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay, right, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's my boy for that, so I need to check his other stuff out, really.
Fair enough.
I like this age that we live in now, where we kind of can attach to single developers like indie filmmakers, you know?
Yeah.
It's not some head of a giant corporation, it's just one guy and he's got his style. I like that. It's cool. My number 8 is a game actually headed up by a fairly famous name, Jordan Mechner, him of Prince of Persia fame. It's Karateka or Karateka, I've never known how to say that word, on the 360. It's this remake of a game that I don't... Do you remember this game from the olden days?
No.
Yeah, it's some side-scrolling beat-em-up from back in the Diz, which is exactly what this is, but with kind of nice Disney Mulan-style graphics. It's a basic game. You're this karate guy, and you walk up to enemies and you have to hit block exactly as they hit, almost like a rhythm game, and then quickly counter. There's no lateral movement or anything like that. In fact, there's barely any movement at all. You just walk up to them, and it's kind of like somewhere between Simon Says and a rhythm game, but it was strangely compelling. The production value was really nice. I only did the trial again, and I was actually tempted to shell out the 800 for it, because I think I'm just a sucker for kind of this old martial arts style, honor and all that bollocks. I love all that stuff. Always have done since I was a kid, so I'm a bit of a sucker. But if it's not been silly season and it come out in the summer, I might have actually dropped the 800 on it, and I might still. It's kind of stylish, and it seemed like it was going to get a bit deeper, and it was the combat, as basic as it was oddly compelling. It certainly doesn't feel like anything else, and it was kind of cool.
Well, was this out today?
Yeah, it came out today.
Wow, okay. Well, I'll download the trial at least.
Yeah, I mean, it's odd, but if it had been 400, I think I'd have definitely got it. It feels like it should have been 400, but then again, the production values are quite nice, so they've got to make some money somewhere.
I don't think they have a clue what they're doing with regards to the pricing, because I've seen some of the worst value games, the worst looking games, and they're 1,200 points. I just think people are naming their price and fucking everything up for the rest of the developers out there.
Yeah, it's a strange one. How much was Meat Boy? Because that's always that's kind of like a standard.
I think that was 800. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched the film. Have you seen the film? I went bang on about it. The indie game film.
Oh no,
But-
I will at some point.
Yeah, it's good. It's on Netflix now, UK. So worth watching. Good film.
All right. Okay, my number 7 is Splatterhouse on the Nintendo Wii, not the remake, the original.
Oh yeah, I never played these when I was a kid. I was scared of them. In fact,
That's
I was a pussy
interesting.
when I was a kid.
You were what?
I was a pussy when I was a kid. It's an obvious joke. But yeah.
Yeah, I'll leave it. It's the Turbo Graphics port of the arcade game.
Right.
I just stuck it on. I stuck the Wii on for reasons that I'll explain in a bit. And I just looked at some of my old downloads, and that was there. And I just thought, oh fuck it, I'll put it on. It's amazing that it's. I haven't played it probably in about 4 years, maybe more than that. But the save was there. As soon as it booted up, it's where I left it on pause. I'm like, wow, that's wicked. I played it for a bit. I mean, it's still the most simplistic game ever, occasionally with the horrible difficulty spikes. But yeah, it's a game that I saw a lot of when I was a kid and I never played, which is why I bought it 4 years ago or so. And it's fine. I just sort of played through a level.
It seemed really edgy when I was a kid. Like, it was the edgiest game out there.
I remember, I think there was a NES or a SNES port that never got released over here. It's like that game Narc. Do you remember that game Narc?
I had that on my Amiga.
Yeah, I mean, it did. I only remember it from the NES era, I think, and I just remember hearing that it was so violent that they'd never bring it over here because it was just like drug cops killing loads of people, and there was an anti-drug message and all that stuff.
Through syringes.
But yeah, this is it's fine. I wouldn't tell anyone to rush out and buy it. It's from that era, and I'll speak about this again in a bit, where arcade games were shamelessly brutal about trying to extract money from you. But it's fine. It's fine. It's an okay port of what was probably a better arcade game, but it's fine.
Yeah, maybe I'll play it one day.
I doubt it.
I don't even know why I said that.
Yeah.
That's just like a fucking knee-jerk response.
Genuine.
Right, my number 7 is Punch Quest, which I guess is that kind of style of game brought into the modern era. Did you play Punch Quest?
It's on my phone. I haven't touched it.
Okay. Yeah, it's still really cool. It's not grabbed me in the same way as some of these endless games has, even though it's quite clearly a better game. I don't know why. In fact, it's probably just to do with the fact that it's so much out there at the moment, and gaming time's on the big console, really. But yeah, very cool. You're this little guy running along from left to right. You can't stop. Actually, you can stop because you can press block, but you can't go backwards or anything like that. You know, it is. And you punch everything. You can drag and punch them, jump over things, keep going. The world changes. It's just a really fucking cool game. It's free, but apparently I said last week that I think it was going to be a phenomenon, and apparently it's done over 600,000 downloads. But they've fucked up the price because it is free, and welcomely, there's no real reason to buy any in-app stuff. You can grind the props and stuff you need quite easily, like a normal game. But that's kind of left the developers up shit creek because they're not getting any money for people buying it, and they're not getting anyone buying anything in the game. So, yeah, they've done, at the time of reading this, was a few days ago, they've done over 600,000 downloads, and then, unfortunately, they don't appear to be making any money.
Yeah.
Which shows that you might, in these situations, need to bring in someone a little less savoury who knows more about money to help you out when it comes to this sort of stuff. A guy in a suit, because that sucks basically. And it's well worth 69p. This game, it's worth a couple of quid really. It's a good game, so that sucks for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be a bit of a risk though, especially when there's places that charge for reviews, and if it doesn't catch fire, they'll end up making it free anyway. So probably better to have the systems in place. But I read that story and it was like, fuck, that's a real shame, because people seem to be loving it, but they're not getting anything out of it.
Yeah. But good on them in many ways for not being cynical. But there's grey areas. There's that balancing point where you've got to make money. And
you've got to be seen. That's the other thing.
Yes, you do.
No, it's on my phone. I'll have a look at it this week probably.
It's fun. I think you'll like it a lot.
All right. Okay, right, my number 6 is Frequency on the PlayStation 2.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my girlfriend dug up her old copy because we wanted to try and see if it would work in my PS3. It didn't, but a mate of mine's got one of the first generation ones with the little card slots in it, the bit that the hinges on the front, the actual... the whole front of the PlayStation 3 is going to open up, and the second generation ones didn't do that without those little slots for SD cards and stuff.
Yeah,
but he's got the old one anyway, and it played just fine. I forgot how fucking hard it was.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean,
it was fucking hard towards the end.
I'd get the hang of it eventually, but putting it on normal difficulty and going into a song, it was really fucking difficult. One problem I thought I'd have, because the default controls are L1, R1 and R2.
Yeah.
Because R2 is an analog button now, I thought it wouldn't work very well, but yeah, it just worked fine. I've always spoken about how I want frequency songs or some kind of pack on Rock Band Blitz, but the music, I remember loving it at the time, but it's so dated. It's so of its time. It's like not many of the tunes sounded, it did feel like so of its period. Not that it wasn't great, but
how old is it now? About 10 years old, is it?
When's it come out?
That, isn't it? Yeah.
Probably
2002.
Yeah. It looked terrible. But it was great to see it again. I mean, I've completely forgotten what it looked like.
In my mind, it looks as like glistening as Rock Band Blitz, but clearly it's probably just a blurry.
Yeah, no, and it's very simple. The systems are simple. It makes Rock Band Blitz look like the masterpiece it is. So it was a bit of a step back, but lovely to see it again.
Play it again.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I never forgive myself for trading it in for £3 a long time ago. I know. I'll never forgive myself, idiot. But what can you do?
Go back and buy it back at triple the price.
You can't, more than triple. Yeah, bad times. My number 6 is Pro Evo. Played some, saw my kid brother this weekend, shouldn't call him a kid anymore. Played what I used to do throughout uni and school was play on the same team as someone and do a World Cup, pick England or another team, mainly England, and see how far you can get in the World Cup. So we tried to do that, but we didn't make it past qualification because... I don't know, we got 6 points. We won 2 games and we got stitched up by Honduras. Fucking Honduras. So, yeah, still love it. I don't need to bang on about it anymore.
Yeah, it's not on my list, but I've been playing it a bit this week as well with a mate. And actually, it was getting to a point where he was sounding off about how much he hated it because we have games where I thrash the shit out of him and he can't score, and vice versa, and nothing in between. And as we were having this conversation, we had a series of games that were just fucking deadlocked.
Right.
So he was trying to say to me that it was shit because of ABC, and then it just blatantly became apparent that was wrong. So, but then we knew that already. Okay, my number 5 is Mad Dog McCree on the Nintendo Wii.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I saw it on it just got released on the 3DS eShop, so I thought. It's one of the. Did you ever play it in the arcade?
Yeah, I played. There was a big arcade version of it in Guernsey. It was like the big thing in the whole island.
Yeah, see, I never played it. I was in the arcades loads, and it's the loop of that guy talking to you as you start the game was on a perpetual loop, so I could almost recite it as I started playing the game because I never touched it. Because it always, even back then, it looked a little bit naff.
It was.
Oh boy, yes, it was. But it was one of those games that I spent hours around it and no one would ever play it, which even then I knew was a fucking problem. So I saw it on the 3DS eShop and I thought, it's a light gun game, I can probably get it on the Wii. And I got it on the Wii for about £4 on eBay. It's absolutely shockingly... it's absolutely diabolically poor, isn't it?
Well, I remember... it being almost unplayably shit when I was about 9.
Oh, it was? Okay. Yeah, I had no idea whether the port was bad or whether the game was just terrible in the beginning. I mean, it is pretty amusing how bad the actors are and how, there's a couple of stunts in it, like a guy falls off a roof and they film it in slow motion. I mean, it's just, it's absolutely thoroughbred dog shit. But, it's also broken. You get into standoffs with one guy and it won't let you reload until a split second before he draws, and it doesn't reload for you. You have to shoot off screen and then get back aiming on the screen, and then you've got a second to do it. It basically can't be done. I don't know whether that was the case exactly. I don't know whether that was the case in the original game, but there you go. But
all I can remember is the guy falling through the balcony. That's all I can remember.
That was what I took, the stunt that's in slow motion where a guy falls off the roof. Yeah. Yeah, so it's just a fucking terrible game. I'm sure it always was. But the shameless way that it tries to extort money from people, it's unbelievable. I don't know whether it's exactly the same as it was in the arcade. I think it was. But basically, if you die, you get 3 lives. But as soon as you die, your first life has to be spent in one of those Mexican standoff situations. And if you continue and you put another quid in, it throws you back to one of those Mexicans. So you can't progress unless you don't die. And there's things happening at random, and then there's this one bit, even in the manual it says if you get to that bit where you get shot and you can't see where you got shot from, just fire a load of bullets at the window. I'm like, man, this is just it's so fucking cheeky the way it just every turn it just wants you to put more money in it. And the most annoying guy in the world, who's an Undertaker, every time he gets shot, he comes on the screen tutting saying,
"Oh God, yeah,
you're a good boy." I mean, I must have seen him speak about 300 times from the time that I was playing. I mean, it's dreadful. It's fucking dreadful. But then again, I'm sure it always was. There's actually, I only played the first one. There's actually Mad Dog McCree 2 on the same disc, and another game that seems to be like an old reboot of it's the same actors, but it's not called Mad Dog McCree, but it's still the fucking same.
Not Space Pirates.
No, why is that something similar?
Yeah.
Oh right, no, I didn't. I've never even heard of that. But it's, as soon as I turned it on, you know when you used to rent a shit film back, years ago, and you were up shit creek as soon as the logos came up, the cheap ass fucking logo, the logos that come up with this American Laser Vision or something. I was like, oh god. But I should have known. I kind of bought it because I knew it would be a bit shit. But I just wanted to play it because I never did. But as I said, I've got 2 and 3. I'll play 2 and 3 next week or the week after. And if you've ever wanted to know what shithouse 20-year-old arcade games play like on a machine that's now dead, I'll fill you in next week.
Just hit that subscribe button.
Exactly.
Right. That sounds great. I'm actually kind of jealous.
Well, I'm not going to sell it because I'll only get about 5p for it. So next time you're around, we'll sesh it up, yeah?
Sweet. I'll book the train ticket now. My number 5 is Grid 2, which is a car racing game from Codemasters and is almost exactly like you'd expect it to be. It's very nice, what I played of it. It looks beautiful. Grid kind of sits in between the realism of Forza and the kind of, arcade stuff of Need for Speed or something like that. It kind of sits between the two, kind of in a Project Gotham type area. A lot of focus on the drama of racing and very loud and noisy and an aggressive AI and stuff like that. I mean, I only played like one race, but it's shaping up nicely. It's not out for another year or so, or sometime next year. But Codemasters do good racing.
Did you ever play the first one? Because I've got friends.
Yeah, I played a lot of the first one. Yeah,
I've heard that people swear by that.
It's very, very good. Very good.
This is less good.
Yeah, well, I mean, I played the first loads. I did it for review back when I was on when I was on the magazine. This I played one track, 2 tracks. So I can't know, but it seems as good so far.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's isn't it out like middle of next year or something like that?
Yeah, it's not out for a little while yet. I'm a bit like snowed under with racing games at the moment. We've done Forza and I'll talk about Need for Speed later. So it's hard to kind of distinguish them all at the moment. But there's enough breathing room for that one to come out later.
All right. Okay, fair play. All right, my number 4 is Medal of Honor Warfighter. Playing.
Multi?
Yeah, just dribs and drabs of the multiplayer. I still really like it. I really do like it. The only reason that I'm not falling in love with it might not reach that. I mean, I still think the upgrade system is needlessly complicated. The menus are fucking labyrinthine for no reason. But I still really like it. I'd like it a hell of a lot more if I had a mate who had it as well, and we could team up as a couple of buddies. But nevertheless, when you find a sensible teammate, it's great. The maps are well designed. I've had some fucking absolutely cracking games on it, and it's a shame that we thought that it sold well last week, and apparently it hasn't sold anywhere near as well as expected. But then that was kind of on the cards. COD, I'm sure, will surpass it, because all my friends will have it, and it will probably, almost certainly be a superior game, and it will replace this. But I do, whenever I play, I'm like, it's a shame. More people should have given this a go, but it's now resigned to the dustbin of history already.
The dustbin of history.
Genuine.
I like it.
Genuine.
Nice. Is it me?
Yes.
It is
me. Yes.
My number 4 is it a game? It's Wonderbook on the PlayStation 3. Wonderbook, Book of Spells. You know what this is, right?
No, I have no idea. Is it DLC or is it actually a boxed?
It's a box. It's a big box. In fact, it's that thing they showed at E3, the Harry Potter thing with the Move and the iToy.
Did they actually show the game running? I saw the advert, but I don't remember the game.
Yeah, they did an on-screen demonstration. It's the kind of thing you'd switch straight off. But
I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah, it basically it's like a fucking empty book that you put on the floor, and then the iToy looks at it, and then you can interact with it with the Move, and like stuff comes out of the book. It's Harry Potter. It's Harry Potter, so it's like a book from Hogwarts library, and the Move thing turns into one of your Harry Potter wand. and then you go through learning different spells. And I tell you what, like it's one of those things you could sneer at it, but it's fucking nice, man. I don't give a shit about Harry Potter, and it's not for me. It's for 9-year-old Harry Potter fans. It's like there's pictures of kids on the box, all the tutorials, all the things in the tutorials are kids. It's for kids. So yeah, it's not for fucking grizzly old fuckers like me. But the technology is really, really good. Like it's almost magical in a way. Like you get sucked into watching the thing on the screen, and yeah, you got your wand, and it's amazing how the move can turn into something else. I really like that feature, and it does feel like you're holding a wand, and you pull these words out the page, and you can kind of manipulate the words, and then like you're casting levitation spells and like balancing frogs, and you can throw them in the air and catch them and stuff. It's really good, and I let my other half have a go because she fucking loves Harry Potter, and she got completely enraptured by it. She's not much of a gamer, but she likes them enough for something like this, and it's just a really classy product. It's going to be a great Christmas present.
Is it actually out already?
It's out next week. I don't know if this is actually, if I'm even allowed to be speaking about it, but I'm sure they won't mind. It's fucking Wonderbook. Who cares? Yeah, it's really nice. If you've got like maybe 8 or 9-year-old kids that are Harry Potter fans, man, this is just Christmas gleam. They will love it. They'll just sit there all day on Christmas. It'll be a fucking magical Christmas.
Is there an illusion of a story, or is it just stuff that you have to do?
Yeah, it is. You're working your way through this this ancient book in Hogwarts that some fictional woman within the story wrote, and you work your way through to become a better wizard, better spell man, a better wizard, and every single spell has like this really nicely done backstory where it like pops out and it's a diorama and you can interact with it, like pull little parts of it and different things happen. Honestly, mate, it's so well done. It's so nice.
Is it a full whack game? Or do they charge like 40 quid for it?
I think just the game on its own is 30, and if you want, you can buy a box with a move and an iToy for 50. But yeah, there's like 20 spells you can learn, and then you do tests at the end, which are like in full 3D worlds with challenges and monsters and Harry Potter stuff. I couldn't really speak highly enough about it, mate. I mean, obviously I'm not going to play it again, but it's one of those times where you have to look at something from a different point of view almost, and I can't fault it. And the tech works really well as well. Like it doesn't have any fuck ups. Most motion control games. Move is brilliant, and I wish it was used more.
Yeah, I do. I still every time I mean I haven't turned Move on for fucking eons, but every time I turn on, I'm like, wow, it is so impressive.
Yeah, I love that feature, the way it can change into something else in your hand. Like,
yeah, I remember that when you first got it, we were playing some mini game where you were holding a hammer and whacking something or other, and it just looked hilarious on the TV.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to play that, but that sounds right.
Yeah, it really is cool.
Sony could have done with bringing it out when the Move wasn't basically completely forgotten.
Yeah, but although you basically do buy this with a Move, I think the one that they're going to be pushing is the one with all the kit in the box as a Christmas present. So,
when you kept saying Hogwarts and all that stuff, is it actually official?
Yes, it's some of it's written by J.K. Rowling.
What? Oh fuck!
It's actual. I don't know if that didn't come across. It's a proper Harry Potter product.
Oh right. Well, I thought you were just saying it was. I had no idea.
No, it's not like that sorcery thing, which is an homage. It's proper Rowling endorsed. I think she wrote some of it. It's very all the writing in it's really good. Like the stories are really really nicely done and rich and just good.
Why are they not calling it Harry Potter's Wonderbook or something like that, or Hogwarts? There's no clue.
On the front of the box, it's all Harry Pottered up. It's all like Rowling and Hogwarts and Pottermore and all that stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, people will know, and I'm sure the TV adverts will let people know. But it feels like a Christmas present. It doesn't feel like a game as such. It feels like a toy for Christmas that's going to be its own thing. And there's a platform they can build on if they want, but I'd be surprised if there was more than one a year of these.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, my number 3 is Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Okay, that's my 1.
I'm reviewing it tomorrow, so after this show I'm going to go and play it a hell of a lot more. I've played it lots today, and I'm going to play it lots more tomorrow. Well, it's we've been talking about it every other week for fucking ages.
Yes.
It's fucking wicked.
Yes.
There are issues that I found. It took me a while to get used to the whole concept of escaping from the police, because you can frequently get into situations where you have to evade the police, but you don't. There's no reason to do it. You can just get busted, and then it just throws you back to the game. It's like, well,
yeah, you lose the point that you'd get during the pursuit, and that's it.
Yeah. But having said that, when you do, you get 6 levels of notoriety. It's like Grand Theft Auto's star system. And I found myself, even when I know I didn't have to, even when there's other things I could be doing, getting involved in that. The only thing is, it's not perfect. There's times when you use all of the techniques to evade them, that you can switch cars, go and get a paint job quickly, lie low, turn off your engine, all that stuff. And then sometimes you just can't. The police are just always there.
Yeah.
Like I said to you earlier on, 25 minutes I was evading the police for. I'd find a quiet spot, I'd drive away from them. I mean, there's more emphasis than there was in Hot Pursuit on actually hiding from them rather than driving away, because when you get away from them, you'll run into a cop car going the other way.
Yeah, you have to go and find a little back alley and turn your engine off. That's the trick, but I only know that because someone from Criterion told me, so I don't think it really tells you that in the game.
Yeah, no, I only know it because you told me.
Yeah.
And
so it's kind of cool that it's like a little secret that it'll get passed down, but at the same time, it's a bit annoying.
Well, it's also a bit annoying because I found amazing hiding spots, and then the cops just drive around the corner and drive in, and it's like... That's only happened a couple of times, and I do like the challenge, and it is so satisfying when you do use all of those techniques and you do evade them, especially when you're up like in the notoriety level 5 or 6. Really, really satisfying. Aside from that, though, it's just fucking great. I did a load of multiplayer today. Multiplayer on that game is just it's obscene how fun it is.
So fun.
Doing all that stuff with like 8 other people and going from A to B. You go to a meet-up where everyone just fucking plays bumper cars for a bit, and then you get given a task and then you drive and you fulfill it, and just get so many meters worth of air collectively, or do a jump over the fuselage of this. I mean, it's all very reminiscent of the missions that were in Burnout Paradise. But if you think that's a bad thing, you need your head examined, boy. Too
right. What I'll do, I'll talk about the console one now, and I played a lot of the Vita one as well, so I'll do that as my one. But I've talked about the game a lot already, and it's very cool. What kind of interests me the most is how it truly is open, and I think some people have read some of the forums and things, and some people are struggling with the structure of the game because it almost doesn't have one. You've got the 10 cars that you have to get through, which is basically the only structure of the game, and then everything else is almost entirely up to you how you want to do it, which car you want to use, in what order you want to do things, if you're going to go and stop and find billboards, if you're going to switch between cars, if you're going to go to autolog and have the game dictate what you should do that way. It's so lacking in structure in many ways, but so free in how you want to approach different things. Almost everything in the game you can do about 10 different ways, and I just get sucked into this kind of loop of getting distracted, doing something else, doing a race, maybe repeating that race a few times. It's really interesting how they are trying to do something different with an open world and still maintaining that core Criterion, super fast, ridiculously exhilarating racing. There are some issues that I've had as well. Similar stuff with the cops. At times, you do kind of hanker for a bit more structure, a bit more of a sense of genuine progression. And I do feel like it'll bottleneck a bit as you get to the higher cars. Eventually, you'll just be using each one as you get to the very top of the most wanted, instead of because all the cars that you can find, they only get to a certain level. But, I've played it for fucking hours on console, played preview builds for hours, and I've played the Vita version for hours. So I'm not going to stop. I love it.
Yeah, I've got friends of mine have got it. My girlfriend's got it. I'm just like, I can't wait. It's gonna take up a lot of time in the run up to Christmas, especially. But I just love their games, man. I mean, I'm not a driving game person, but these aren't really driving games they're arcades. I mean, their relation to actually driving a car is zero.
Yes.
But you can't beat in a Burnout game or in this or Hot Pursuit, like barreling around a corner at the best part of 200 miles an hour and seeing a tiny gap and using the tiniest bit of gesture or button presses to navigate perfectly between like 2 cars in the split second, and just it's so exciting. It's just wicked. I mean, there are slight issues with it, but I've noticed I've seen a couple of magazines or websites or whatever. They've given it a really lukewarm score. Like I saw a couple of 6s and 7s. I'm like, I don't know how you could give a game like this that kind of.
Yeah, I do think people are struggling with the structure, and the game doesn't explain itself particularly well because it's quite unusual. I think people are going in and going, why is it not structured like Forza Horizon? I want my goals. I want to be able to. If you're a completist, I mean, OCD is a really stupid term to use, but you know what I mean by using it. And you're the type of guy that needs to do that. And there's plenty of gamers who are. I think you struggle potentially with Hot Pursuit with Most Wanted because it is so freeform in many ways. Yeah. And if you want to systematically beat this car, then beat this car, then beat this car, do all the challenges on the Ford Focus, whatever, and work your way through it. It's up to you if you want to do it like that, but I don't think you'll enjoy it anywhere near as much as just letting go a little bit. But yeah,
I remember not responding immediately to Burnout Paradise because I wanted the structure of Hot Pursuit. So when that came back, I was like, this is what we wanted. But now we've got this. I'm just like, it's so much more just being able to sort of do everything at your own pace and just explore a little bit. It's not as good looking a game as Forza Horizon, but I'm always. They take so much care to design those worlds, and it looks like the kind of thing that whatever they've stuck a few roads together, but there are bits of it that are already memorable to me, and I already know parts of that world.
I do.
I think it's phenomenal. I mean, there's a couple of issues, as I said, but I'm going to go back tonight and tomorrow and just absolutely sesh the bastard out of it.
Like I said last week, I don't think we're going to know for a while quite how good it is, if that makes sense. Quite how clever the open world and online stuff is, and all the integration and seamlessness between the auto log and everything. I think it's going to be stuff that's talked about in a year or so when it really sinks in.
Yeah, but I can't remember when was the last time a Need for Speed game charted at number 5 or whatever it was.
Well, the Run did even worse than that, didn't it?
Oh, did it?
I think so. That kind of, but I don't think they even hit the top 10.
Well, it didn't deserve to. That's the good. I didn't realise it did poorly. I thought that sold, which was really depressing because it was such a heap of shit.
Yeah, that was a heap of shit. I think they have a decent tail on them, Need for Speeds. So they're like classic Christmas present game.
Yeah, that's true.
But hopefully it does well enough for Criterion and EA because, well, Criterion, they need to keep making amazing games. That needs to always happen.
True that.
So it's me now, isn't it?
Yeah.
From Sublime to the Ridiculous, I guess. No, number 3 is Curiosity.
Oh, go on.
What's inside the cube? It's certainly everybody's talking about it. Well, I say everybody in our circle's talking about it. It is exactly what you get this cube on your phone. You zoom in, you tap things. It's fucking pointless shit, but that's the point. If that makes any sense. Do you ever remember a program called Touch the Truck?
Where people had to stop falling asleep and they won the truck if they stayed awake, is that right? Yeah.
It's just that for the fucking smartphone generation. Just pointless shit, but you can't help but keep tuning back in to see what happens.
But what happens? Are you just...
You're just tapping at this thing. Some people are drawing pictures on it, and it's kind of cool because obviously everyone can see them. And our man DT's got his own little blog of stuff that people have seen on the cube, so that's kind of cool. But at the moment, one layer's gone down. There's a bunch of green blobs on there now, and now people are tapping away at the next layer. Well, it's pointless shit. The only thing that's actually genuinely shit about it now is I think it's got so many users and the server's updating. There's a bit of lag on update on the server, so you'll go in, tap a bunch of fucking squares on it, and then all the ones around them will just disappear because they've already been tapped away before by someone else, so you don't even feel like you're contributing, really. So I think I'm just going to dive back in probably once a day, see what the cube looks like, tap a couple of bricks, and then fuck off again.
What the cube looks like? Doesn't it look like a cube? How does it change? It just stuff that people have written?
We took off the first layer, it was dark, it was like black, and everyone's taken off the first layer, and now it's got these weird green blobs around the outside, and now the next layer appears to be orange, so it's like pictures. Like pass the parcel. And apparently there's going to be weird stuff as you get deeper and deeper. So, yeah, it's a weird experiment.
An experiment in what, though?
Well, the only person that knows that's Molyneux.
Yeah. I should imagine it's hype, because he is quite good at that.
It certainly is.
But I was going to download it because I'd heard so much, and then I see people on Twitter just kind of talking about what it is, and I'm like, why are you wasting your time?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've spent probably a total of 15 minutes playing it, and I knew it was pointless. There's a small amount of satisfaction to tapping the things. A noise builds up, which goes ding 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 like a scale as you combo the little things and you get coins. Really channels into that fucking reptilian part of your brain. Same thing as fruit machines and all that, but at an even lower level. And obviously you're not actually winning anything. But if that part of your brain is really, really active, which it is for some people, I guess you could get suckered in. People who just need that constant feedback loop. But fuck me, if you're like that, you really need to go outside or something.
Yeah, I'm probably going to download it just to have a look, but it sounds.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you don't even have to play it. You could open it, go, oh, that's what it looks like right now, and close it again. 2 seconds of your life, just so you know.
All right. Well, yeah, it sounds like horse manure.
But maybe that's the point.
I don't want to be a pawn in this guy's game. I mean, like, if he wants to make a decent game, and I'll play it. But I mean, all this, yeah, it seems like such bullshit to me. But
yeah, it is. It is. But he's a clever man.
Yeah, clearly. Okay, my number 2 is Halo 4.
As is mine.
Everyone's got it now. It's out. The servers are live. Went online yesterday on launch day with friends to play. Doesn't fucking work. All sorts of problems. Armor doesn't work. It doesn't save your loadouts. You can't join the same party. When you do, you get kicked straight back out afterwards, and you spend half an hour trying to join each other. And yeah, and then half of the game types don't work, and it's fuckoed. It's as fucked almost as Homefront was on its opening. Although,
Jesus,
to be fair, that was
fucked.
like you couldn't play that at all.
Yeah.
At least we had a couple of games, but it's still just like 2 hours of pissing around to have a couple of matches.
Such a fucking, because you get so pumped.
Yeah.
I thankfully wasn't part of that. I was planning to be, and it didn't work out. But it seems like a dodged bullet there.
Yeah, it's just fucking frustrating because I swear to God, sometimes it's not like they didn't. If they come out and say, "Oh God, we had unprecedented success," and use it as a fucking PR move, I'll be really pissed off because I swear to God, they must have. They know how big this game's going to be. They
spent the fucking GDP of a fucking country marketing it.
Exactly.
They know
and it doesn't work. I mean, honestly, it's fucking pissed me off.
Yeah. That sucks because when it did work in the pre-release period, it was lovely online.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it will be lovely online again, maybe even as of this evening. But yeah, that's fucking irritating.
Yeah. Have you seen that campaign they're doing where if you play a certain number of hours before a certain date, you get like a load of Microsoft points?
No, that's like someone's going to end up fucking dying of a stroke. Or something.
Probably, but it's a really sly tactic to try and get people to not play Call of Duty next week.
Yeah, sure.
But aside from multiplayer, when it worked, it was fucking glorious, as we've already spoken about. But I'm still doing the campaign again, very, very bit by bit on Legendary, and I
need to do that.
I'm out of step with everybody. Everyone says that this is the hardest Halo campaign. I'm breezing through it on Legendary. I swear to God.
My brother absolutely fucking breezed through the first 3 levels on Heroic, made it look like a piece of piss. So yeah, I don't know.
Strange. I mean, it's a fucking great game. We spoke about how long? 27 minutes we did last week. So
yeah, we can't do too much this time, but I'm sure everybody's very. I hope everyone's enjoying it. I've heard some people are a bit lukewarm on the campaign, but I'm a little bit lukewarm on the campaign. But when it's great, it's untouchable.
Were you doing it on co-op then? Were you?
No, I just watched him play, so I fell asleep. But it was kind of cool.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, my number 1 is Assassin's Creed 3. I'll try and be brief because I could honestly sit here and talk all fucking night about this game, so I'll try and keep it brief. You haven't played it, right?
No.
No interest?
My history with the game is checkered, to say the least. I was intrigued by it. I liked the way the trailers and everything looked, and then I read a lot of the reviews, and I was like, I'm going to swerve this one. But however, I will listen to what you have to say. So
I think it's basically essential, despite all of its flaws, and there are plenty. It's just I can't remember the last time I played a game that was so unapologetic about what it is. It doesn't give a shit if you don't like the opening 4 hours, which basically holds you by the hand, as you've probably heard. It just does so many things that could potentially fuck people off, and for such a massive mega budget franchise, I just think that's fascinating, and I warm to it even despite its flaws. I just think you have to play it. It does so many interesting things that you forgive all the stupid shit that it does. Have you heard? You've heard that you play through the opening 4 hours. People have called it a tutorial, which annoys me. The opening 4 hours, but it's not a tutorial because you don't get taught. You don't learn any moves and stuff. You just play through this sequence, and it leads you by the hand, and there's not a lot of room for manoeuvring around. And it's because it's just setting up the story. If you're going to respond, I can understand why some people would be pissed off with that. I thought it was fantastic, the opening. I suppose you've heard that you don't play as the lead character for that time.
Yeah. None of this stuff bothers me.
What do you mean?
The fact that people said it was linear at first and you don't play as the character, I was like, well, that doesn't bother me. That sounds fine.
Okay,
I'm not bothered by that.
But I mean, it doesn't let you do anything. You go from A to B a few times, and there's a lot of cutscenes.
Right.
So it's not like, I mean, it's a long time. But yeah, the character that you play is not the lead character. But the character initially I got really pissed off because once it moved to the lead character, I kind of missed the guy at the beginning because he's basically a complete shithead. They make no effort. He's a murderous scumbag, and they make no effort to try and make him likable. And that in itself was really refreshing. He had charisma, but they didn't bother trying to make him likable in the slightest. He wasn't a villain. He just had a bit of colour to him, and I thought that was really good. And when you start to realise who he is and how he fits into the story, I was like, that's really nice. That's really nicely done. I don't think I've seen a game do that before. It's something that you've seen in movies, but I was like, wow, that's really cool. It's full of audacious things. Whether there's a stretch of it that's completely delivered. The dialogue is all in subtitles, and again in a mega budget franchise sequel, these are the kind of things that you do not expect. I mean, I don't know what it says about games as a medium, but that is audacious to do something like that.
Yeah.
And it's the biggest sandbox I think I've ever seen. The amount of content is just absolutely ridiculous. That's the other thing it does. It doesn't try and sort of advertise itself and say, look at all this stuff. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't, you can just carry on with the main mission and ignore everything. There's homesteading and stuff, which, I mean, there's elements to it. There's things that certain people are going to warm to, like the homesteading, which is basically building up your sort of living area, getting community in there, managing the money and stuff like that. Not for me, I'll leave that to one side, but the naval fucking combat, which you can also leave if you want, but the naval missions are just some of the best gaming I've done this year, absolutely without question. Have you? I mean, I presume you've seen footage of it.
I've seen them, yeah.
Again, I don't know, but you're captaining, you're piloting this massive, I mean, it feels massive, this massive warship, and you've got to fight the weather, because you have to keep dropping and raising the sails and commanding your guys to do this and that, because otherwise you'll blow either into an enemy or into a rock or something like that. And you've got to sort of direct the gunfire when you're in a ruck with the other ships. And then there's bits that I did. This is something I didn't realise was in the game. So when it happened, I almost jumped out of my seat. You can basically pull up to the boat you're having a fight with, and all your guys can jump on board and have a load of fucking sword fight stuff. I was just like, this is so fucking Gleam. It's stupid. Those sequences are they're some of the best gaming experiences I've had all year. And just the heft of that boat, you feel like you're piloting this fucking massive boat, the way the wind works. I mean, it's just great.
Yeah, that sounds good.
It is good. And the rest of the action is it's been simplified here and there and whatnot. The combat's a little bit simpler. There's no lock-on anymore. It's much more like Arkham City, which is, in itself a little bit irritating because it isn't everything these days.
Yeah.
But I'm just... It's a game that deliberately, there are sequences and bits in it where you're supposed to just sit back and just sort of bask in it a little bit. That can be annoying. There's bits where you're supposed to traverse, very well chosen, I have to say, bits of terrain that you're supposed to, you're only going from A to B, but the process of doing that, it's like exposition. It's like giving you a feel for the environment, and that can piss some people off. I could sit here and talk about it all day. I honestly could. So it's one of those games that I think there's a lot wrong with it. It's like a French art house film. I made this comparison to a mate. There's films that me and my mate who go to the cinema together, we've seen so many French art house films that fail fundamentally, but they elicit a 6-hour conversation afterwards. And as far as I'm concerned, that's valuable in itself, and I'll recommend that game to anyone. It's not comparable directly in that it's not a failure because it works. It's just that it does so many things that it just does. It doesn't care. It could piss you off at any time, and it doesn't really give a shit about it. And I really like that.
That sounds you sound more interesting than any of the positive stuff I've read about it, or any of the negative stuff I've read about it.
I mean, the thing about Assassin's Creed though is that my favourite was Revelations, which was no one else's favourite. Did you play that one?
That was the one with the one with the tower defense and all that shit.
Yeah, really cool tower defense mode. I really like that. I like the hook blade, and I really like just the way that it was clearly inspired by Inception, and he was Desmond Miles, the least interesting guy ever in a video game, was stuck in that kind of weird metropolis because he was starting to go a bit mad. I don't know. Revelations was no one else's favourite, but it was probably mine. Aside from this, but that seemed to piss people off because it did all these things that perhaps weren't expected of it. And this just constantly, it just doesn't give a shit. It does not care if you don't like the fact that you're being led by the hands, or you do have to traverse all this. I mean, there's something incredibly bracing about that, and it's a game that is already divisive. Some people hate it, some people love it, but that's reason in itself to play it.
That's made me want to play it.
Well, I know you won't, but at the same time,
I might play it. I played all the others. I don't really like any of them, but I've played them all.
I have to say, I still don't like the Desmond Miles stuff. Was always a cop out.
Yeah, I agree.
I always, when the first Assassin's Creed game came out, I was like, wow, really cool, and you get immersed in that world. And the fact that they had that framing device in the modern day, I was like, what a cop out.
Yeah,
it's a real shame.
I've always thought that as well.
Yeah.
But a lot of people love all that shit.
Yeah, that's a bit of a shame. Multiplayer is fantastic as well, incidentally. I mean, it's been pretty good since Brotherhood, but now it's just... Me and a mate had some games on the other night. It's so fucking fun. Clever, really thoughtfully designed. I mean, it's good shit. I mean, just as a package...
I feel like I need to try it now. You've made it sound really interesting. It's really good, really good description there, mate. To be honest,
I don't think you'll like it. But then you don't.
Yeah, but that's okay too. If that makes any sense, you've made it seem like I need to know now.
That's what I feel like. There's bits where there's bits of it when I was like, this is fucking interminable. What are they like? But you know what they're doing. They're not doing it for no reason. They're not doing it because they're incompetent. They're doing it because they have this vision and they're delivering it. And if you don't like it, fuck off. And that's, for a blockbuster video game, I'm all over it.
That line of thought reminds me of Far Cry 2, which makes me intrigued by it, because there's plenty of stuff in that game where they're just like, you don't like it, they don't care.
Yeah.
This is what it is. And they're not French, but yeah, they might as well be.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. And the guys that made that game were fucking awesome when I met them. My favourite interview ever. So now I'm intrigued. Damn. Well, it probably won't be next year anyway, with everything else that's out at the moment. But yeah.
It's clean.
Yeah, that was awesome to listen to. My number one is like I said, Need for Speed Most Wanted. I'll chat briefly about the version. It's been really cool, actually. It's been I had loads of train journeys last week, and it was really cool to have something to do on the train and have a reason to enjoy the Vita again. It's a really fucking cracking version. At first, because it doesn't look that great compared to the console version, I was like, oh man, I'm not sure about this. Like, it looks a bit rough. The frame rate's a bit shit. But after about half an hour of playing, that kind of all that stuff dissipated, and it's the same game. It is the same game, and it's all in there.
What, the multiplayer as well?
Yes, everything.
No.
Yes, it's the same game. Criterion did it themselves. It is just the same game. Everything's in there, and the weirdest thing of all is, I built up a fuckload of speed points, obviously, so I played it for hours on different train journeys, and then I got the 360 version because I knew I was going to get it anyway. Put that on, and all my speed points from the Vita version in the 360 version, which fucking blew my mind. And then I realised, it must go through Origin. But at first, I just could not understand how it's happening. I kind of wish it hadn't, because it's made my 360 version playthrough kind of weird, because I've got enough to get halfway up the most wanted, but I haven't got the unlocks and stuff and cards, because it doesn't copy your save across, just the points. But it's kind of cool that you can do that. I wish it had asked me, and I'd probably said no. But the Vita version handles really, really nicely. It does have some issues with how it looks. It is quite blurry at high speeds, but I got over that after a while. And it's not quite as like visceral and exciting and thrilling as the console version, because you've got the particle effects and the speed effects and the fucking bass and everything like that. But it still delivers that same experience, and it works lovely on the Vita. I'm just really impressed, to the point where it's actually made me want to get some other games for Vita. I'm probably going to get the Assassins for my next journey, just to see what that's like. I hear that's kind of cool. Yeah. And I'm kind of intrigued by Black Ops as well now, just because it's kind of finally something that is both impressed me on a technical level, which other games have, like Little Big Planet, but it's actually been fun enough to play. I've actually wanted to do it and not thought I'm just playing it for the sake of it. Those train journeys melted. Like 5-6 hours total of train journeys just fucking melted, completely stuck in Need for Speed.
That sounds incredible. I mean, I'd heard, I don't know where I'd heard it, but I'd heard on the grapevine that great things were expected from the Vita version. But that's really good. They're actually treating it as another console rather than a sort of handheld, sort of dumbed down version.
Yeah, I mean, the iPhone version looks better, but the iPhone version isn't the game. It's just like single track races, so they're able to up the detail. But it's the game, man. It just is the game, with all the multiplayer, with all the auto log. It uses your PS3, because your Vita and PS3 use the same friends list. So if people have got it on PS3, you can challenge their times. Awesome effort from Criterion.
That's pretty nifty. That's pretty, because they never seem to be doing quite enough with the linking the PS3 and the Vita. But that sounds really neat.
Yeah, it's a shame that everybody that we know is not actually on PS3. So I could truly challenge them on the Vita, because I know one other person that's got it on PS3. So I'm playing against his scores, but there's like fucking 20 guys I know have got it on Xbox.
Yeah.
So it's a shame, but obviously not the game's fault. It's just the way it is. But really cool, and I'll play through that one as well, all the way to the end, just because it's much better than not doing anything when you sat on a fucking train for all your life.
True that. I can't wait to get stuck into the 360 version. It's at this moment, despite its flaws, as good as we were expecting it to be, which is quite good.
Yes.
Okay, right, that's us done. Thank you very much for listening. Incidentally, if John has sounded like he's, I don't know what, just the quality has been bad, rest assured next week, well, there's a 90% chance that's not going to happen anymore. Just shitty technology. But yeah, thanks very much for listening. The usual spiel about fucking websites and Facebooks and Twitter, you know the deal. But we'll hopefully speak to you next week. Hear us next week. Speak. Talk.
Yeah. Thank you very much for listening. If you like the podcast, feel free to leave a review on iTunes. Tell someone else about it. That'd be awesome. Thank you very much for listening. And hopefully the tech will, almost definitely the tech will be better next week, so I'm getting a new computer.
Speak.
You could not sate her appetite.
You sound like a dying cat.
But I suspect she would be fine with 2 or 3 more
What is
drops.
this? Bear
I'm
Batson!
dressed up like a jester. I act the fool and mime. All the actions of those I
What
curse
are
and
you
run
doing?
down all the time.
Hey, Kala. Go in and bother the guests with that noise.